Hi, hello,
We're back.
back. Welcome to Katara and Ike family. This part three of our journey to Ghana, Cape Coast Castle. We are here to talk more about our journey back home. It was so exciting. Um, we went to Cape Coast Castle, and this is our third video that we got to talk about it. And I'll just leave everything to my wife to explain more about what happened over there, how the place looked like, how the people were feeling everything. So she gonna start doing it.
Okay, so y'all have already seen part one, which was the governor's place. Part two, part three, which is the final part of Cape Coast Castle, where the slave trade happened again. In this video, you're gonna see a place called Polivere Hall. Polivere Hall is the place where all the slaves were basically lined up and taken to before they were transferred to a different area. And in that Polivere Hall, they would check each slave for their teeth, they're checking their skin, their pulse, their vitals, they're checking out their physique. The men, they want to know how strong they are. The women, they want to know their physique or what they can contribute. And most of the times, depending on, I guess, your condition as a slave, you would be put in a execution cell to die, or you would be put in a holding cell to get transported to the ships. So in the first video, you'll see the Polivere Hall, which is the room. It's a big room with like the yellow walls. Though that place is like the most updated or renovated area of the whole Cape Coast Castle. And the tourist guide, he's going to tell you exactly what they did in that room. And then the next video after that is going to be showing you where the, I guess you can say, healthy slaves were transported after they had been checked, for everything. It's pretty sad where they were held. Hundreds and hundreds of people were in a small location, and it was crazy to be in there because just maybe like 5-10 people in a room, you're already like sweating, you're hot, because we went over there, of course, not too long ago, but it's hot over there in December. So you see how it feels with just a couple people in that space. So you just imagine hundreds and hundreds of people being in the space, in that same space. It's crazy. It's really insane, inhumane, everything that you can think of. And so just pay attention to the tourist and what he's saying. I think I also asked him a question about the slave ship or something like that. You can just tune in and listen to that. He's basically telling you that, listen, nobody had the privilege of laying down. Everyone had to stand on their feet, okay? And that's just how tight it was. It was no room to lay down, squat down, rest, none of that, until maybe a couple people died. Maybe it may be a little bit more room for you to kind of kneel down a little bit and just take a rest. But these people were on their feet, okay? And like he said in the video, it was like anywhere from I think he said a few months, few weeks to a few months or whatever. I'm not sure how long that they were there. But another thing I wanted to point out, when you look at the second video, not the first one with the yellow walls, but the second video, you pay attention on the floor, there's like a black thick coating that covers the bricks. And he told us that is a representation of like all of the feces and the urine and the menses from the women that were on their cycles, and just everything that they had to like maneuver through. You could just kind of get a picture of, how detrimental that could have been. And so to end it, I just want to say it was a very eye-opening experience for me. It really put things into perspective. It makes you realize what is important in life and what is not, man, I encourage anybody to take that trip because it's so worth it to go there and to see what our ancestors had to go through. So again, y'all, if you have any comments, if you have anything that you like to add, any questions that you have, go ahead and comment, let us know. And while you're doing that, of course, subscribe to the channel. You know, we appreciate y'all, and we do plan to come back with more and more videos for you guys. Anything to close out?
I mean, basically, it was just like that. It's very nice over there, and a lot of people be coming there for tourists. So I just tell you guys to come and visit Ghana to see what is actually there. It's very, very nice over there. So, and yeah, if it is your first time watching the video, please subscribe to the channel. We have more videos, entertaining, everything that you can think of is very nice. Come and watch, join the video, join the family together so that we can all enjoy together and just move forward. Yeah.
All right. So thank y'all again, and stay tuned to watch part 3 of Cape Coast Castle. Thank you.
They bring them to examine them, check their pulse, their teeth to determine their strength, as whether they should be categorized as domestic captives or commercial captives. So right after they are being categorized, then they march them forward. Merchants seated with their goods, depending on your physique, your strength, health, determines what they were exchanging for. Of which some in here were exchanged for gun, some gunpowder, barrel, sugar, alcoholics, fabrics, leather, rice, and other canned foods before they move them downstairs for the branding, where they heat metals, put them in pots from fire to oil, your body, to know this person got to that person. Then they move them to the respective dungeons. This same area we stand is where the 8 Spanish chiefs, Commander Hill also signed the bond of 1844. The bond history duplicate was meant to protect the Fantis from the Ashantis, but the actual fact was to take over the land for the time. So you need your land to be for 100 years, like control the land. So they go there and take reference to 100 years. The sad aspect that even after 100 years, it didn't end. The bond was signed exactly on the 6th of March 1844. Meaning Ghana's independence should have been 6th of March 1944. But it took them extra 13 years, that is 1957. That is why our first president was Kwame Nkrumah chose the same date to mark exactly 113 years the bond was signed. After we had our independence, still took us extra 3 years before Ghana became a Republican country. That is July. They take them there to examine and check their pulse and other stuff. Right after, this would be the place they keep them. Captives were meant to spend a day to 3 months within this place. And once you're down here, this is where you defecate, this is where you urinate, this is where you're meant to sleep.
Do they give them food over here?
Yeah, the captives were fed twice a day, one evening. And within the dungeons, most of them was not evenly distributed. We have the statement that a hungry person happens to be an angry man, so they fight for food in here. Most often captives were fed outside because it was the same captives that they used to do this castle. No iron rods, no cement in the castle. Just bent bricks, raw from this land, branded with oyster shells, bind to palm oil. The horror aspect is that once you're in here, defecation, urination, everything you do within this place. And the system will get most of them sick. Communicable disease will spread amongst them. Because in chamber, as we stand, we are just 5, but I'm sure we can feel the heat. About 200 strong men will be in this chamber. The same toilet in the second, third, fourth to the fifth.
So 200 people over here.
Estimated. So probably we do say about 150 to 200 once the place is full. So we say full chamber, 700 to 1,000 humans occupy this place.
Is this where were they lying?
You don't lie to
standing.
sleep. You stand to sleep. Because the poop and other stuff very tough to sleep. And even the numbers in here itself, I'm not sure even if you're like 30, you can't lie on the floor. So you stand, squat, or lean on a brother in here. That was the only system they were sleeping on. Probably if the place is that empty, let's say 10, 20 people stay, that is when you can get a chance to sit within your mess. And vomiting, bringing out some They saw it to be a grooming state. You know, they were taking you to a place actually to control everything about you as a human being. So with that, we let them pass through this place. We keep them in their system, not just physically, psychologically as well. So they take control of everything as a human being. They make you feel inferior. Because if your animal can't even sleep closer to your mess and you as a human can sleep within your mess, that means your animal itself is even better than you as a human being. So with that, they took them through the system.
So I got one more question. So like in the textbooks, right? They have pictures of them like head toe, like.
Yeah, that was in the ships.
That was the ships.
Yes.
Okay.
That was in the ship, but in here we don't have that.
Okay.
And you know, within this place, some actually died. Because imagine how you would actually survive within the place of like 150 in this heat. And once you die, your body moves straight into the sea. I made mention defecation, urinating, and other stuff were done in here. So it would also cause series of illness like malaria and other stuff.
Yeah.
You see on the floor, we can see some bricks down here, and these bricks happens to be the original floor of the dungeons. But you look in the other chambers, you really see that. In the year 1974, some group of archaeologists came in here for a research. They gave them this chamber for the archaeological works, and after the excavation, they discovered what we see in the other chambers. And what was left here happens to be the poo, the vomit, the sweat, the blood, the food particles, and all things that we actually excreted from our system as humans. And they left these unexcavated just to prove to us that humans stayed in here within their mess. So you could imagine yourself just trying to reminisce how people actually were staying here. So I hope that those that survived the journey happens to be the best of the Africans. Because even today, I'm not sure I myself can stay here for just 3 days. I'll die.
Yeah. I'll die after 12 hours.